Hello, welcome back. I do apologise that I first off want to apologise as I had those videos that were going to be set to come out over last weekend. Unfortunately, due to circumstances of my performing, I was not able to get round to them, so I do apologise. I will be doing a review of the deals that we've done. That'll be coming out Monday, so do look out for that. That will be out Monday. But again, I just want to make an apology for that the videos that I said were going to come out did not. It was a long weekend, so much I wasn't able to get around to doing them. So apologies for that. But like I said, the review of the January business, yes, it's going to be late, but it will be coming out on Monday. This video, of course, is going to be about the match preview between the Mariners and Stockport County, and it was an interesting afternoon as Grimsby are coming off a 0-0 draw with Accrington, and when I saw that, when I was able to look at the results and I was able to see that the Mariners were able to get a goalless draw, I kind of had a real smile on my face and went, yes, another clean sheet, another positive way forward. I was talking to a friend of mine while I was at my performance backstage, who follows the Mariners as well, and he was worried, still very worried about relegation and things like that. I, on the other hand, I'm not as concerned about relegation as some people would be at the moment. All teams that played each other last weekend, they all drew against each other, so no damage really has been done there. Everybody that played each other picked up a point. So, and we also spoke about what he feels about David Artell. Not the biggest fan. I've just listened to David Artell's pre-match, which he did yesterday. He's a mixture of coy and fact, I would say. David Artell's very coy. He won't say too much, but he says more by what he's not saying, if you know what I'm saying. You kind of listen and read between the lines with David Artell. And I'm not sure whether I like David Artell yet or whether I don't, but I think some of the signings look promising. And like I said, when I do the review on Monday, I will go over the signings that he did make over the January window. And he made a couple of he started, I think, with about 3 players from there at the weekend and got a 0-0 draw. Now, when it comes to this game here against Stockport, which is what we're here to talk about, the Mariners' form has been up and down. 2 draws, 2 defeats and a win in the last 5 games. Stockport's 1 defeat in 5, 2 wins in there, alongside 2 draws. Overall, Stockport are bound to be favourites with this. Obviously, out of the last few games that we played, out of our 17 matches that have been played between Grimsby Town and Stockport County, Stockport have won 8, Grimsby have won 6 out of 17, with 3 draws in that time as well, with a goal ratio of 26 to 24 in Stockport's favour, and that equates to about a 47% win rate for Stockport and a 35.3% win rate for Grimsby, and about 17% draw rate between the two sides. I'm going to tell you a couple of results in just the last couple of seasons. Obviously, when we played them in the National League in April of 22, the Mariners did get a 2-1 win after falling behind 1-0 at half time. Stockport did finish the game with 10 men. And then last season, the Mariners did the double. We did the double with a 3-1 win over Stockport at Edgeley Park. Stockport again went down to 10 men. And Grimsby Town got a 1-0 win over Stockport on New Year's Day in 2023. So that was back-to-back wins last season for the Mariners. This season, though, unfortunately, the Mariners lost to Stockport at Stockport in a quite lively game. 3-2 Grimsby Town went down to Stockport. What it shows in the past is there's usually plenty of goals in the games between these two. A little bit of team news as well. Looks like Dom Tam is on his way back from injury. I think David Artell did say he got a little bit of a hamstring problem. Good to see that Callum Ainley as well is back in the club as well. He'll be a long time away, but at least he is back in the club and doing that. No real major injuries for the Mariners. There's always, as David Artell said, there is always niggles. There is always pressures that with fitness, especially sort of this time and throughout the season. I don't think you ever go through a season, apart from the first day of pre-season, where everybody is fit. So, on the whole, I think that, most of who is fit. One thing a couple of things I do want to say as well in this is good luck to Danny Amos. He left the club last week to join York City on loan for the remainder of the season. So good luck to Dan there in doing that. I hope he does well at York. And as David Artell said in his pre-match, they'll reassess the situation at the end of the season. I think he's probably played his last game in a Mariners shirt, but you never know. Back to the game, of course. If you do fancy a bit of a punt on the Mariners, you can go for that at 14-5 at some places. The draw is 11-4. Stockport are favourites at 9-10 at some places, but Stockport's winning run this season, the longest is 12. The longest losing streak is 2. Compared to our 1, has been our longest winning run, and our longest losing streak is 4. But our longest run without a loss has been 6. 13 for Stockport. That is kind of showing you how strong they have been this term. They've got 10 clean sheets. Excuse me. 10 clean sheets to our 5 this term. But there has been 16 goals with over nearly 2.5 goals in them. 16 for both sides and 13 for both sides without that. I think it's they've got such a strong squad, Stockport, and a lot of it they kept together when they got up from the National League, and it just shows you that continuity insides really can help progress a side. And like I said, they've still got Paddy Madden. They've still got Carl Wotton. They've still, they've still got a lot of players that got them up in the first place. And with that, been able to sort of keep them together. The top goal scorer for them, though, is Isaac Olafi, and he's a decent player. I think Grimsby at one point did look at him as a possible signing at some point. That was something I heard, whether that was true or not. Danny Rose obviously being our top scorer. Mr. Danny Rose, like I said, is, for me, player of the year, and there's nobody that even comes close to me. He kind of won that back in November. I think Danny Rose. He's our top scorer. He is in double figures now for the Mariners. Probably should have scored at the weekend as well. But so I did notice that people said that, Curtis Thompson, and we looked a bit more assured. I did see the highlights, and we were still giving the ball away a little bit, but we didn't make as many errors as we had done in previous games. So hopefully this it could be a Notts County 5-5 again. It's one of those kind of games. I mean, when I said the game with Notts County was going to be a goal fest. It can be. It'll either be a goal fest or there'll be very few goals in it. If we look at the league table at the moment, we can see that Stockport County are top of the table after 29 games. They've won 17 of their 29, drawing 7 and losing only 5. 58 points with a plus 33 goal difference and a goals for column of 62 goals, only conceding 29. And we look at Grimsby's position. They're 20th in League 2, 6 wins from 29 games, 11 draws and 12 defeats, 41 goals scored, 51 conceded. I believe that now is close to equal to what we conceded last year. 29 points with a minus 10 goal difference. Obviously, you've got Colchester and you've got Doncaster also on 29. So we are 7 points clear of the relegation zone with a far superior goal difference to Sutton. But we can't rest on our laurels here, really. And this is a very, very hard game to call. And I say that due to the fact that I think it's a game that you just know Grimsby will turn up for. You know they will turn up for a game of this magnitude against the league leaders. And I am going to say it all depends on the first 30 minutes. If we can get an early goal, I think things will become interesting. What we don't want to do is to be conceding an early goal, because if we do, we could give ourselves more issues than we care to imagine. Again, it's a game that I fancy goals in. I think anybody would fancy goals in this, especially with the way Stockport have been scoring them this season. But to be fair, we've been okay going forward as well. So, prediction time. Which way do I go with this? You never want to back your team to lose, do you? But this is kind of, I don't want to call it a free roll because of where we actually are. You know, like I said, only goal difference from third bottom, so it's not. But to me, it's still one of those games that if we get anything out of, on paper, it's a bonus, isn't it? But we're good against the top sides, and actually we've been fairly good against Stockport in recent times as well. You know, I'm going to go for a Mariners win. And I am, but I feel like there could be quite a few goals in this. I said that in one of the last ones, and it wasn't really. But do you know I'm going to go for the Mariners to win 3-1? Yeah. I'm going to go for the Mariners to win 3-1, I think. It's just, we know how the Mariners act, and if we can play our football the way Artel's trying to get us to play, they'll give us chance to play. Stockport will give us chance to play, and I think that's why Grimsby like playing teams like this, because they allow you to play, and I think that's what they'll do. And thinking of my goal scorers, this is tricky, but obviously I'm going to say Danny Rose to at least get one. Curtis, I think, will get a debut home goal. Why not? Why can't Highwood knock another one in? You know, it's yeah. So I'm going to go for Rose, Thompson, and Wood with the 3 goals for Grimsby, but I'm going to say Paddy Madden will score for Stockport. He always seems to, you know, and the amount of quality players they've got actually at Stockport, you can't. You'll do well to keep Stockport County out, without a shadow of a doubt. But it's one of these games that could I won't say secure our safety, because, you know, I think we've got bigger games ahead than Stockport. I think, you know, if we can get a result against Stockport, like I've said, we need a good February. Otherwise, are we in a relegation battle right now? A friend of mine said to me on Saturday night, if you think you're not in a relegation scrap, you probably have to look at yourself. And I basically said, I see where he's coming from, but not yet. I think it does come down to results in February. But again, it's, if we're going to talk safety, it's in our hands, isn't it? So my prediction is Grimsby Town 3, Stockport County 1. I'm going to just stop waffling right now and ask you for you guys' predictions. What do you think will happen as the Mariners battle Stockport at Blundell Park on Saturday? One last thing that I wanted to bring up on this video is a thank you to Debbie Cook. This will be Debbie Cook's final game as Chief Executive of Grimsby Town. The club have done a very nice sit-down interview with Debbie, which you can find on their social medias. And I would like to say thank you to Debbie, because Debbie has always been around the disabled supporters, and always been willing to help and to listen and to yeah. So, you know, Debbie leaves after the game against Stockport, and good luck to her, as everyone knows. Good luck to Debbie, and such a lovely human being. She was always lovely with any interactions I had with her. and most of the disabled supporters as well, I'm sure will join me on that to say that Debbie has been a lovely human being. She's done a great job as chief executive, and like I said, it'll be her last game tomorrow as chief executive, but as she said in an interview, it will not be the last time that we see her at a Grimsby Town game. So after that, good luck to Debbie with her new role in the FA, I believe. So good luck to Debbie for that as well. And I just wanted to tie it up at the end, like I said, with Debbie Cook's last game. So thank you for Debbie's efforts while she's been at the Mariners, and good luck in her new role. And now it's down to you guys. I want to know what you think of the game tomorrow. Do you think that the Mariners are going to spring a surprise, which wouldn't be a surprise for us Grimsby fans, because we know what Grimsby can do when they play a good side. So let me know what you think the score is going to be for the weekend. Tell me what you believe they're going to do. And are Grimsby in real serious relegation trouble? We'll do another video on that soon as well. But let me know down below what you think. In the meantime, do like, do share, do subscribe, all that good stuff and all that good Mariners content that will be coming your way frequently. And like I said, delayed video, but the video will be coming out about the January transfer business. If you do want to listen to something Grimsby related, do go and listen to the View from the Finders podcast. They did a great last episode with I'm going to class him as the EFL expert, Gabe Sutton. So if you do want to see that, go and listen to that. That's a lovely bit of Grimsby content, and a great little podcast for Grimsby fans, including the DN35 podcast. Do go and see that as well and listen to that. That happens most every Sunday with Alex and Bruce and the boys and Mike McMahon as well. If you go and speak to them on the Sunday, and that other podcast as well. Oh, all Grimsby stuff, eh? But in the meantime, please do like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you with the January preview, the January review, and also a preview for Colchester, which I believe is coming up on Tuesday. So I will see you for those videos. They are coming, and I'll see you very soon. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.